What is going on, everybody? Sports Expert here, and we are here doing our Week 2 NFL picks. And before we start, we're going to be doing tons of NFL videos every week. So before we start, please hit the subscribe button if you're new to the channel. Turn on the post notification bell. Like the video. Comment what you think. Liking the video helps our video in the algorithm, so I would appreciate that very much, guys, as it helps the channel out and it helps the whole community out. So yeah, that'd be appreciated, guys. So let's get started as we have Thursday Night Football, the Los Angeles Chargers and the Kansas City Chiefs. The Chargers are actually leading the Raiders right now 24-19, and the Chiefs are coming off a win versus the Cardinals. You know, Chiefs look very good, Chargers look solid, but man, the Chiefs, they look, they don't look beatable right now. I mean, at home, going to their home opener with that Arrowhead crowd, I think it's going to be a tough environment for Justin Herbert. I like the Chiefs' chances there. You know, Marcus Valdez-Scantling, Juju Smith-Schuster making plays, Clyde Edwards-Helaire showing his potential. You know, Chiefs defense really showing up today. I just think it's going to be too much for Justin Herbert and the Chargers in Week 2, and the Chiefs get a nice, easy W here on Thursday night. The New York Jets and the Cleveland Browns. The Jets are coming off a big loss versus the Baltimore Ravens, and the Browns are coming off a huge win versus the Carolina Panthers. Cade York, game-winning 58-yard field goal, quite something. Yeah. But I think the Browns are going to win this game 27-13. Jacoby Brissett seems serviceable for them. And, you know, the Browns, the defense should play well enough in order to stop Flacco. You know, I don't think the Jets will have enough firepower in order to win this game. And the Browns will come out of it on top as the running game will get going towards the end of the game. The Washington Commanders and the Detroit Lions. The Detroit Lions are coming off a tough 38-35 loss versus the Eagles in a nice comeback effort. And the Commanders are coming off a huge 28-22 win over the Jaguars. They blew it there for a second, Washington, but was able to come back. So, good day for Curtis Samuel as Carson Wentz, had an up and down day. But I think the Detroit Lions are going to come out of this game with a win. I think there's going to be a light in the fire for Dan Campbell's squad. I really like what they're doing over there. I think there's a lot of potential, It depends on how Jared Goff manages the ball. I think that'll be the number one deciding factor in this game. We'll see what happens, but the Commanders, I think they're an okay team, but not great. But I think the Lions will win this one, 26-23. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the New Orleans Saints. The Saints will play this game at home after a comeback win versus the choking Atlanta Falcons like usual. And the Buccaneers, they play tonight. And yeah, we'll see how they look. Maybe Tampa wins tonight, but, 2 road games in a row. Tough to go 2-0 there, especially with Tom Brady not practicing a ton. I actually think the Bucs win tonight, but they'll lose next week versus the New Orleans Saints. I think Jameis Winston, will have a bounce-back performance. Michael Thomas looks healthy. Chris Olave looks like they got something with him. So I think the Saints receiving game will get it going. Alvin Kamara, they still got him. Can't forget about him. And that offensive line as well. Saints defense can show up in big moments, so I really like them here. Carolina Panthers versus the New York Giants. So the Panthers are coming off that tough loss versus the Cleveland Browns, where Baker Mayfield looked like he was going to lead the Panthers to a game-winning drive, but Cade York had other ideas. The Giants are down 20-13 in the fourth quarter against the Titans. Daniel Jones not looking too great, and at home I think they're going to take the loss here. I think Mayfield will do enough in order to get the Panthers to win the win. I don't think the Panthers' defense is as bad as it seems, but the Giants, I don't know. I think it's just kind of one of those things where they're just going to fall apart a bit. We'll see. So the Patriots-Steelers. Patriots are coming off a bad 20-7 loss versus the Dolphins. The game was worse than the score shows, and the Steelers coming off a big overtime win over the Cincinnati Bengals as time expired. Chris Boswell with the game-winning field goal. Tough day for the Steelers as well, as T.J. Watt has likely torn his pec, and that will likely take him out of football for the rest of the season. That's just a tough loss for Pittsburgh. Alex Highsmith, he's solid, but, you can't replace T.J. Watt. You can't. And that's going to leave the door open for Myles Garrett to win Defensive Player of the Year. He had a couple sacks today. I believe he had 4 to 5 tackles for loss, or something like that. So Myles Garrett for Defensive Player of the Year, if you're a Browns fan like me, it's looking good there, but definitely tough to see T.J. Watt go down. great player for the game. But I think the Patriots will end up winning this one 22-19. I think they bounce back. They have a 1 week under the new system. And Steelers 2-0. I don't know. I think Trubisky I feel like he could be frustrated by Bill Belichick. You would think Tua could be frustrated by Belichick, but he just has the Patriots number. He's 4-0 against them. Trubisky, otherwise, I don't know about that. I think the Patriots will come out of this one with a win. And, I think Damian Harris might have a big game on the ground. Watch out for that. The Indianapolis Colts and the Jacksonville Jaguars. Colts are coming off a tie. They were down 20-3 in the fourth quarter versus the Houston Texans, but, made a nice comeback effort. Fell short as they tied. And the Jaguars with a tough loss versus Washington at the end there. James Robinson picked him up in fantasy and dropped him. Had a big game. Oh, man. I dropped him for Mike Davis. But, yeah, getting to the point here, the Colts, I think it's going to be another tough game, honestly, in Jacksonville. I don't know how good the Colts will be. It'll be interesting to see. But give me them to win 25-24 by, I feel like if there's one game that could be decided on game-winning field goal, it could be this one. Rodrigo Blankenship missed the game winner today. He'll redeem himself versus the Jaguars. Matt Ryan didn't look too great. Jonathan Taylor, probably the best running back in football right now. Yeah. Give me the Colts in this one, 25-24. I just don't think the Jaguars will have enough at the end to seal this one up. The Miami Dolphins at the Baltimore Ravens. The Ravens are coming off a nice win over the Jets, and the Dolphins are coming off a nice win over the Patriots. This could be a blockbuster matchup on week 2. But I think the home advantage is going to be huge for Baltimore. I think Lamar, he's going to be able to adjust to that Dolphins defense. He struggled mightily last year against them. Different system, but, a lot of, they got some people on that defense that were there last year, and maybe Lamar studies that. Don't know, but I think Tua is going to fall short in his road debut this season, and, I think Baltimore comes out with it. They look like a solid team, and I think that defense is just for real with Mike McDonald at the helm. The Atlanta Falcons and the Los Angeles Rams. Falcons are coming off a bad loss or a choke job versus the New Orleans Saints, and the Rams are coming off a big loss versus the Bills. They're going to have there's going to be light in the fire for the Rams. They're going to come out this one with a big win. I don't see Marcus Mariota leading the Falcons anywhere to a win here. Give me the Rams 37-9. Stafford will bounce back even with the elbow issue. Cooper Kupp will have a big day as usual. Seattle Seahawks at the San Francisco 49ers. Seahawks play tomorrow night, but the expectations are low. The 49ers are coming off a horrible 19-10 loss in horrible conditions at Soldier Field against the Chicago Bears. People are saying the Bears might be the worst team in football this year. I highly disagree with that. I don't know where that's coming from. I could see the Bears winning 5-6 games still, but we'll see what happens. The 49ers got to clean it up. Trey Lance has got to be more consistent. He had a couple big moments last year, but he's got to be more consistent this year at, maybe some week 1 pressure. But I think they're going to come out with the win next week. Trey Lance settles in a bit. Seahawks defense gives up a few big plays where the 49ers capitalize on. The Cincinnati Bengals at the Dallas Cowboys. Is the Super Bowl hangover real? Not sure. But Joe Burrow had 5 turnovers today. 4 interceptions, 1 fumble. Not ideal. Got to pick it up. The Cowboys, they play tonight. We'll see what happens there. Dak Prescott, there's going to be a lot of throwing, I feel. Give me the Cowboys in this one, 28-26. They're going to overwhelm that Bengals defense and that offensive line. The Bengals offensive line is a huge, huge piece to their game in order whether they succeed or not. I just don't know, man. It's going to take a few weeks to gel, I think. And I think the Cowboys are going to win this one. The Super Bowl hangover will continue for Cincinnati for the time being, although they do have a ton of talent, no doubt. T. Higgins did get hurt, so that's not ideal. Tyler Boyd also suffered some type of injury too. So, yeah. The Houston Texans at the Denver Broncos. I like Davis Mills. Big Davis Mills fan. But I think he's going to struggle in this game, and I think the reason is obvious. Playing in mile-high conditions, the Broncos defense, they look like they're going to have a solid season. I don't know, man. I think it's going to be tough for Davis Mills to win this one. I think Russell Wilson, I don't think he'll do a lot in this game, but he'll do just enough as a game manager to be able to win this one. Javonte Williams, watch him out for him and Melvin Gordon. We'll see what happens there. The Arizona Cardinals at the Las Vegas Raiders. Cardinals looked awful today. They didn't have Hopkins, Moore, or Kirk, obviously. He's in Jacksonville. I think that's going to hurt the Cardinals in this game. The Raiders, though, Can the Cardinals stop Devontae Adams in that passing game? I don't think so. No. Renfro, Adams, Waller, come on. It's not going to be stopped. I just don't see it. Cardinals are going to start 0-2. They're going to go on the road and lose to the Raiders in Vegas. I think it's going to be a long, long season for the Cardinals. I just have that feeling. And I think they're going to move on from Kingsbury and, just move forward from there. I mean, Kyler Murray's a great football player, but I think the coaching staff needs readjusted. The Chicago Bears versus the Green Bay Packers. The Packers not looking good for them versus the Vikings right now. And the Bears coming off that win. Bears will be motivated to go into Lambeau to potentially try to pull off a massive upset. But the Packers will also have the same motivation to bounce back and not start 0-2. Matt LaFleur rarely loses back-to-back games. I think he's only done it once in his Green Bay tenure, which is crazy. And I think that may have been last season. So give me Green Bay in this one, 40-13. Rodgers will bounce back. Will throw a few touchdowns. Guys like Romeo Doubs and Sammy Watkins will step up. And I think Aaron Jones could get it going. The Titans and Bills Monday Night Football. The Tennessee Titans look up and down versus the Giants. And the Bills, looked great against the Rams. I think another home team wins here. I think the home teams could dominate this week. The Titans, I'm not just so sure about them. I mean, I just don't know if they'll have enough to beat the Bills on the road, especially where the Bills are just, they're cruising right now, man. They're just playing some good football. Josh Allen looks like an MVP candidate once again. And, yeah, Gabe Davis, Stephon Diggs, all those guys, Isaiah McKenzie. Just going to be tough for the Titans, and I think they're going to need to adjust a ton. And I just don't see Mike Vrabel adjusting enough in order to win this game. We'll see what happens, but this could be an upset, but give me the Bills. The Titans do play the Bills close a lot. So I appreciate everyone being here. Sports Expert here. Please hit that subscribe button if you're new to the channel. Turn on the post notification bell. Like the video. Comment what you think. I would appreciate that all, guys. I'm out, guys. Sports Expert here. Peace.